Hello, guys. In this session, I'll be talking about the summary of sociology and common sense. So let's understand what the debate is all about and why it matters for you, and then how sociology differs from common sense and where they overlap, and how you're going to conclude this in an exam answer. So let's try to understand the context first. That's very important, right? So when we discuss the scope of sociology, I've told you sociology draws elements from various aspects of social life, and when we discuss how the scope was expanding, I told you sociology is permeating through each and every aspect of social life. Even in the development stage of sociology itself, sociology is studying elements like family, religion, crime, development, and all these things are already rooted in people's minds. It's there, present in people's minds. Because these are everyday topics, many people mistakenly believe that sociology is nothing but the application of common sense. And that is the question that we basically need to answer. So we will be proceeding this in a couple of steps or three, four steps. Let's define both of these very carefully first. Clearly, you need to define what is common sense. Common sense are those beliefs and general perceptions that ordinary people, that everyone carry in their minds, about the social life, and this is often assumed to be true and are rarely questioned. So we all assume that these commonsensical knowledge are true, and no one is going to question that this is not based on logic or reason or evidence or anything. On the other hand, if you look at sociological knowledge, right? So these are arguments based on theory, based on evidence, reason, testing, and these are not merely assumptions. There are hypotheses, but that's different thing. And we see sociology frame concepts like we discuss multiple concepts. You can discuss that methods. You can discuss the perspectives. You can discuss and testing hypothesis, and basically aim for objective and coherent explanations. So that's how you can define both of this very clearly. We have given that in the PDF very clearly, and I hope you have gone through that. And if you look at the differences, you can discuss a difference in terms of its origin, in terms of objectivity and this coherence part, and then the generalizability part and the attitude to change, right? And then we also discuss the stereotypes and the developments and the critiques and everything. So if you look at the origin, sociological knowledge, if you see, that's the product of theory, development, and testing. But common sense is largely assumption based, and assumptions and everyday belief that common man carry in their mind. Second element, if you look at it, it's coherence and objectivity. So sociology aspires to be objective and give coherent insights, but common sense mostly contradict itself, right? Some commonsensical knowledge. I have given enough examples also, like birds of the same feather flock together and opposite attract. These are contradictory statements. These are commonsensical understanding, right? And then when it comes to generalizability part, common sense is usually individual experience, right? And that is given to the other person, like that it is given to multiple people in the society, and people carry that things in the mind. But sociology normally generalizes from tested evidences. For example, when common views says crime is bad, but we have seen crime in a different perspective, we have seen suicide in a different perspective, right? So sociologist, like, if you can talk about example from Durkheim, can show how some functions of crime in maintaining institutions, how some institutions are maintained, right? So judiciary or police system, or how society maintaining that equilibrium because of certain rate of crime, certain rate of suicide, how it is helping to check the integration and regulation aspects of society. So it's not to justify suicide, it's not to justify crime, but we are giving the different perspective. It's not about individual experience, it's something which is tested and based on evidence. And then attitude to change. See, common sense often legitimize the status quo and try to or resist the social change, like the caste-based orthodoxies, right? But sociological understanding mostly tend to be progressive and can challenge and critique these structures. So that's something which you can mention. That's the difference. And then the stereotype part. See, common sense normally relies on images and stereotypes. When we talk about saint, there is an image come to our mind. When we talk about a hero, there is an image which come to our mind. But sociology challenge such kind of images and stereotypes and digs for underlying causes and patterns and try to understand that. So we define both clearly. Now we discuss the differences. You can also talk about the similarities or overlapping or the connection part. Don't never ever miss this in your answer. So in the starting point itself, we can mention, right? So common sense often supply the raw material or raw problems and questions the sociological investigation. So starting, you need common sense. Without common sense, sociologists cannot work. And then challenging or questioning the investigation also, common sense is very much required. And the sociologist puzzle frequently begins with the what people already notice and what people already understood and what people already seen, right? That's where things have started. So common sense is very much a prerequisite, we can say. That's the starting point in any sociological analysis or understanding or examination. And then when it comes to the other one, mutual enrichment aspect, you can say common sense can criticize a sociological conclusion, right? And thereby what will happen? You will be able to refine them. You'll be able to modify them, right? So similarly, sociological knowledge often, you can see become part of an improved common sense once it's accepted widely. This you will understand, once you complete your syllabus. Your knowledge and your understanding on family will change. The way you see caste will change. The way you see society will change. As a general studies student and as a sociology student, the way you understand things will be entirely different. So my point is, your common sense also will improve, or you will start thinking in a different dimension than what you have seen before. So sociological knowledge, these are mutually beneficial, or it's mutual enrichment. Common sense will support sociology. Sociology will help you to improve your common sense also. Okay, apart from this, you can give a couple of examples that I've discussed in case of green revolutions, labels and deviants, right? uh, See that folk wisdom, give the dog a bad name, like align with Becker's labeling theory. So when it comes to sociology, turns that folk into a tested theory of consequences and causal, causal mechanism. We discussed this already in multiple examples. Green revolution example we discussed, right? Common sense view, it increased food production, right? Or a economist will understand in a different way, right? But when it comes to sociology, that add more layers to that. We see the migration effect, we see how it affects sex ratio, we see how feminization of agriculture in source areas, and we see sex ratio affected in the destination areas, the skewed sex ratio in Punjab and Haryana. All these are beyond common sense. All these are beyond the economics understanding, right? You talk about productivity, you talk about profitability, you talk about increased food production, you talk about self-sufficiency in food, but beyond that there is something more, and that is what we have seen here. So these insights would not get you won't get this from everyday observation alone, right? So this shows how sociology deepens, and you can give a complete understanding or about the actual scenario. Now you can also add some sociologist stance, which again I have given in the PDF, right? Sociology has a debunking attitude. It refuses to accept the self-evident and seek, hidden patterns. Well, that's something which we already discussed. Unintended consequences and structural causes we discussed. Sociology also asks what appears natural may be social and challengeable, right? So that skepticism is also part of sociology's identity, and that arises from disciplines both in the name of social turmoil. So all these could be added depending upon the question. So if you want to structure this 10 marker, you give that one line opening, as we discussed, use a standard line about modernity, emergence. Any question from first three chapters, you use that, and then you define sociology and common sense, right? And then you give 4 or 5 key differences with one example, green revolution or the crime one or the labeling theory or whatever, and then you mention a couple of similarity, the mutuality part, right? And then conclude, you'll say that relationship is intricate and mutually beneficial. So there is no question of superiority or inferiority. That is basically meaningless. Both feed each other, and postmodernist would even say truth is uncertain, right? So you will finish your answer with, short evaluative line like sociology is much more than common sense. That the way they may be giving you the question. So they will ask you, sociology is much more than common sense, discuss. Sociology is similar to common sense, discuss, like that. So you can even say sociology is much more than common sense because it tests, theorize, and criticize, while common sense remain an indispensable starting point, right? So these are things which I want to mention. But again, one more thing that I want to tell you is, do not declare at any point common sense is useless and sociology is superior outrightly. You need to emphasize on that similarity, mutual stimulus part, mutual supporting part, and everything. And that stance, that basically shows the maturity, and that will help you to gain mark also. So that's about this session. I hope you got some point insights, and thank you so much for attending. See you in the next video.